Okay, and a couple of other things that will be useful are this little convex lens. It's just a little magnifying glass. So if you look at the LEDs at the back of them, they've got a little dot, and this is just going to help you see that. I don't know whether that's going to work on camera, but you can basically see which end has the dot. We also have a bit of blue tack, just because the PCBs are quite thin. It's just going to help stick it in place. So we're literally going to start with the LEDs first. So just sticking that down like that. And I'm going to start with the left. I'm going to start with the white LEDs first. I've also got a pair of tweezers that are going to help with it because it's quite thin. So literally taking it off like that. Okay, I'll just flick two out at once, that's okay. I'll just make sure I use both of them. Fuck, it's tiny. Can't even see the fucking dot. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that here. That's an LED, that's an LED. So they're absolutely tiny. That's why I've got some tweezers. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the green dots on facing the left. So I've just got that there. I've got two LEDs just ready to go. And I don't solder very often, so wish me luck. But I'm basically going to try to solder at the same time I've got my tweezers and all that. So I've got a fair bit going on. So please don't comment below on my poor soldering skills. So obviously be careful of the soldering iron because it gets very hot. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of solder on now. Okay, tiny little bit. Now I'm also going to now put the LED in place. So it's really a bit fiddly. I'm then going to try to anchor that down. I'm just going to sort of, obviously not touch the hot bit, but try to anchor that in place. Shit. Guys, I know my technique is crap. Now it's sideways. Fuck, now it's upside down. Wow, this is really more complicated than I realise. Okay, I know what I have to do. I'm just trying to do it with tweezers and trying to get it without burning myself and hold it in place. So I think that's shit. Oh, for fuck's sake.
So what you can do, grab it in your left hand like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, your left hand. Grab the tweezers and keep them squeezed.
Yeah.
Now grab the iron in your right hand.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And then hold it down.
Yeah, so melt the solder and then push it into place. So you won't be able to push the LED through the solder until the solder's melted.
Oh, it's fucking moved again.
Grab it with the LEDs. No, it's got to be soldered.
What if I just press it and do it?
It might work, it might flick out.
Fuck.
And you get into the thing of hold it, apply the iron, remove the iron, and then remove the tweezers so that the solder's got time to cool down and solidify.
No.
No, so you know, don't snap it, you'll probably break the component.
Done it. Is it still there?
Yeah, I think we've broken the lead off it because you can see the metal's gone from one end.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's still here. So you have to chuck that one. Chuck that LED.
This one, okay. Alright, so I've broken my first LED. So I'll just put the broken things on this part. And now for attempt number 2, I'll try to... So I've got a bit of a broken part on this little thing. Actually, I've just got that off with the heat, so that's good.
You can wipe that on a
Okay.
wet tissue. Just wipe
So-
the iron on a wet tissue to clean it. See, it's bright and silvery again.
Oh, okay. Yep, just... Can I wipe that one?
It's not going to do a lot.
Okay. Alright, so attempt number 2, I've already broken my first LED, so just going to do a little bit of solder on that. Okay, so I've got a little bit of solder. Now I've got the LEDs with my left hand. So green, oh fuck. Green. So how do I get it stop? Okay, so I'm trying to do this before the solder dries, and I'm rushing, and then I'm just...
You won't be able to do that.
Okay, let's see if that works. I'm sort of gonna hold this in position now and then try to solder it.
You'll need to put fresh solder on that other joint.
Okay, so wow, that's looking a bit more promising. I'm just going to solder this next one. Okay, there we go. Do you need to clean it?
Yeah.
No? Okay, my first one. I'm pretty excited that I didn't break it.
You could probably go back and like resolder that first one, but the second one looks pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so I've got another couple out. I try to do one at a time, but it has other ideas. So these are my little LEDs coming. So with all the white part, I'm doing white lights. I'm just going to try the next one. Okay, so let's just start doing that process again. So I've got that there. I can secure that a bit more, but I'll attempt this one first. So I'm just going to pop the LED on here. And I'm also going to try to secure that end of it. So the solder obviously dries very quickly. Well, I mean, sorry, you've really got to sort of set it as quick as you can, like work as quick as you can. Okay, so after all this time, I've only done 2 LEDs. Okay, so I see what's happening because the solder's not... Like, it's actually moving from that first one because I haven't anchored that first one on. So I've sort of buggered that up, but I'm going to try to... Okay, I've probably soldered it and I don't... Shit. Okay, so I just broke that LED. So I'll do another one. Okay, so I've broken 2 LEDs so far, which is not good. You know, particularly if you get a kit of a certain amount. You know, you've got 12 or something and you break 2. So I'm actually going to try to hold that one down with the tweezers as well while I'm doing that. Or maybe I'll even just like rest it on so it's sort of holding it. Because that's what I'm doing. I've not got it secure in the first place and then it's moving.
Should work.
Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hopefully I only need to use 5 more and not the rest of it. Okay, so these are actually quite big for LEDs. You know, people can solder things that are much, much smaller. Maybe even 10 times as small, but I'm obviously not that skilled, not that practiced. Okay, so just securing this one. Okay, so got 1, 2, 3, 4 more white ones to go. Okay, so I figured out what I was doing wrong. Well, my husband helped me with that. So putting the rest down, what I'm going to do first is secure the end that's already got solder on it. So just not adding more solder, but just heating that up to secure that. Shit. Thought I was doing it and then I flicked it on myself. Okay, I think I might have disintegrated a light.
The light?
Yeah, something weird looks...
It's certainly possible.
That one's gone a bit wobbly.
Is it just a big streak of solder poking up?
Maybe. Should I just put it down like? Okay, so I think it's just a bit of solder. I thought it was the light I broke. Wow, that's just 30 minutes for just the white LEDs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not very efficient, is it?
Maybe make a good time lapse.
Okay, so that's the white one's done. I might just secure this one a little bit more. So I really struggled with getting them secure in place. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is do the lights for the sleigh. I'm going to do it as a sort of like an aeronautical type thing. So okay, so I'm going to use red for the port side of the sleigh, which is this side. So if you imagine Santa is going in that direction, that's his left. So that's port, that's red. And this side I'm going to use green. So it's only 2 of each. That's not actually green, that's yellow. So you can see the cut. So the top bits look about the same colour, but that's blue. And these are green and these are yellow. So I'll take the green ones. So going to have 2 green ones and 2 red ones. So it's just the same process. I'll do a bit of, I'll just heat it a little bit first. Alright, so I'll start with the two starboard green lights. So they just come in little strips like that, and you'll get them sort of taped like with masking tape when you buy them, just on a bit of sort of cardboard, and what you do is you simply peel off the backing, which is easier said than done. Okay, so I've got my two green ones here for the starboard side. So same thing, I'm turning them up the right way and putting, oh my god, I can't even see it. So I dropped it somewhere. Okay, here it is. So that one's going here. Okay, so this one seems even more fiddly than a white one. I'm sure it's the same size, but it's just pretty fiddly. Alright, so just going to anchor that down by heating up that solder again. So my two starboard or right hand side green LEDs, this one and this one. So for these ones I'm doing two red port side ones. So that's so far I've used white and green LEDs. So this one looks green, but then when you look at the bottom you can tell it's red. So remember, this is the part that is going to be displayed. So this one I struggle opening for some reason. So I simply want two of these. Oops, I've got three out. So I'll just pop that one back in so we don't waste it. Okay, so same thing, putting the green dot on that side. And it looked like one of the LED lights came on, which is strange because there's no battery. But yeah, I just thought I saw it come on then. Maybe that's spirit working with me. Okay, so I've finished soldering on the LED lights on the front of the Santa. So that's Santa here in all his glory on his sleigh. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start wiring on the other bits. Okay, so the first thing I've got is the little program chip. So this has been programmed for the sleigh. So it just comes in one of these. Obviously when you handle these sorts of things, you shouldn't be touching the legs or the pins. So they're kind of like, I call them little caterpillars, but they're basically, you should handle it like that. So you're basically not touching the pins. So if you can see that those pins there. So this one actually gets soldered, as you can probably guess, here on the back. It gets soldered on this one here. So this piece goes on here. So what I need to do is solder one pin first, and once I secure that, I'll be able to do the rest. So this is a little bit fiddly for me. It's all fiddly, so be patient. I don't have, my eyesight's not as good as it was even just a few years ago. So I'm going to add a little bit of solder to that. And then I'll put that in place. So as long as the pins are touching the silver bits where the solder is, then it's making that connection. It is really hard for me because I really can't see it well. I'll probably try to use the tweezers again because then my fingers aren't in the way. I can see what I'm doing and I can hold it without risking of being burnt. So just going to heat that, trying to keep it in the middle, heat that solder up again to try to get it in place. It's a bit ridiculous, it's so fiddly and I'm tired and I'm getting a bit pissed off. So I'd love to know how those, you know, old men do these sort of craft kits themselves. Like, surely their eyesight must be worse with age. It's a bit too far over, which is a shame because I've just sort of secured it. So I'm going to move it over a bit so I've got more room on the other side. So just going to heat, I know I've got it secure, but just going to heat it up again so I can move it over a bit. Okay, so hopefully that's a bit better. Is that making contact? Yeah?
It's got to be spun 180 degrees.
Why?
Because it only works one way. Didn't you read it in the text?
No. Okay, guys, I've done it upside down.
Not upside down, but around.
So the one that...
Don't pull it.
Why not?
Because it's solid.
It's really stuck. What if I pull it this way? Okay, so I've got to turn it 180 degrees, so... So I've got to put it this way. Oh, how do you... So this is the one I was saying don't be careful with and don't... So put it this way?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's only slightly crippled.
I don't know why it was, how you can tell. I get, oh, maybe it's the writing. Is the writing, it's got to go in the same way as the writing, has it?
The writing's not always, but this side, where this line is, there's actually a slight angle on the top of the chip as well.
Okay, I never would have noticed that.
Unless you'd read about it in a book.
Yeah. Okay, so it's always good to read the instructions. Alright, so I'm going to try to anchor this one in place now, on this angle. Oh, don't tell me I've spun it around again. Okay, so hopefully that's anchored. I'll then start soldering the other bits on. Okay, God, that's so tiny to see. Well, I'm glad I don't make a living doing this. I don't think I'd make a very good living. Okay, so that's the programmable chip that's put on. And my husband approves. Okay, so now these are the resistors. So these are similar to the LEDs in how they're sort of packed. This is the 10K 10 kilo ohm resistor, which is for this one piece here. So I'm going to put that one on. So this is more similar to the LED ones in you sort of anchor one bit over the other. Sorry, you anchor one side and then you sort of heat that one up and stick it and then put the other one on. So I'll just do that. Okay, so that's a little bit of solder there. So this is my 10 kilo ohm resistor. Okay, so remember the resistors, I have the 100 ohm ones and I have the 1 kilo ohm ones. Remember the 100 ohm ones will be brighter. So these are, that was the 10 kilo ohm resistor here. These ones are 1 kilo ohm, but the 100 will be brighter. So what I'm actually going to do is just alternate. I'm going to do one sort of bright, dark, and then one brighter and darker one. Okay, so I've got the 1 kilo ohms now, which is what you're meant to put on. So I'm going to do that as every second one, and every second one then I'm going to have as brighter. Okay, this is really taking a long time. Oh, and I flicked it off it. Maybe I'll swap hands. That's better. Oh, that's much easier. Okay, so that's that one. So this is the other 1 kilo ohm resistor. So these ones will be a little bit duller than the alternate ones. Okay, so the other one I use then is the 100 ohm resistor. I'm going to do that for every second one. So that's the 100 ohm one there. So I need 2 of those. Perfect. So that's it almost. I've just then got the battery holder, but I'll finish off these ones first. So I'm actually going to continue swapping hands because I'm finding it a bit easier doing it that way. Okay, so that's that one. Now I'll just put the battery holder in place. So I'm doing it this way. So this battery is obviously going to go in here, and I'm going to put it this way so that the battery can go in. I've got a sort of a wider and a thinner end, and that's how the battery sort of slots in. Okay, so just going to solder that one on. So I'll do the top end first so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, just going to turn it a bit so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'll just try to anchor that one into place. Alright, and then I've just got to solder this end. So this is pretty easy compared to the other fiddly bits, because I can actually see this. Okay, so I'd like to be able to say it's looking good. It's looking a bit rough, but I've finished everything I need to do. Let's hope it actually works. Just going to take the battery out of the packet.
It's not programmed, so that's not going to work anyway.
Yeah.
And also all these pins are joined together with solder.
What do you mean?
There's 4 pins on each side.
They're meant to be separate ones?
Yeah. So there's a thing called desoldering braid, which is designed to suck it up. Okay,
so I've got my little finished Santa here with the LEDs wired on, the resistors and capacitors wired on. I've just been told that that's not actually programmed yet. And yeah, so it's not going to work. But anyway, but that's what you'd basically do. You'd put, maybe I've done it too tight, but you'd basically put that through there. And then once you've connected the battery, then it would actually work if it was programmed. But you'd see the flashing lights like we did for the other ones. So we've got the white lights here. Remember, the brighter lights have the least resistance, the 100 ohm resistance. The 1 kilo ohm is less bright, and then a 10 kilo ohm is even less bright than that. So that's these ones, and that's basically sort of a similar sort of design in how it's wired. These are meant to be separate, like each one soldered separately, but I couldn't see it properly, so I mucked that up anyway. So you can sort of desolder it. There is a way you can take that off, but yeah, just to show you what it looks like with a Santa. Thank you.